Okay, I'm gonna just make a short little video. I'm in my room. You guys can't really see me, but I'm laying down right now and I'm just over here like wondering why, we are so hard on ourselves sometimes. Like, if you're a perfectionist, right? Like myself, you tend to be hard on yourself if you're not perfect. And one thing that I feel that I'm realizing now is that I'm never gonna be perfect. I'm never gonna be perfect, but there's so many times where like I'll look at myself and I'm like, look at this beautiful girl, you know, and I don't know. It's just like, but the whole time I'm always picking on myself, I'm hard on my own self because I'm not perfect. Physically, if I do something that's, not up to par in my head, it's like I'm picking on myself. It's like, oh, that's not good enough. It's not good. It's never good enough when you are seeking perfection. You're never going to reach that point of it being good enough because nothing can be perfect. There's nothing that can be perfect. And I know we hear this all the time, but for some reason, it doesn't always set through to our heads that, like, we just can't. We don't have the capacity to be perfect. Only one being has the capacity to be perfect. And, we strive to stay connected to that being, but it's like, but we are perfect, and that's the weird part about it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what about you isn't perfectly made? What about you isn't perfect, you know? It's just so strange. But, like, when I think about it, I'm very blessed to have, two eyes. Someone said this today: two eyes, a nose, lips, eyebrows, all symmetrical, And even if it's not, you're still perfect. So it's like, I don't know. Because the beautiful people would even feel like they're not good enough. So then who's to say that if your face isn't totally symmetrical, that you're not good enough? We all have that feeling inside of us that we are not good enough, or we're not at the point of being perfect, And the fact that I was a perfectionist kind of helped me a little bit, I feel, in my own head. I felt, that me being a perfectionist low-key does help because I don't come out with anything unless I know, it's going to be well. But I feel like you shouldn't be that way towards your own self. You have to give yourself some slack, you know what I'm saying? You have to really, really give yourself some slack. Because if you don't do it, who else is going to do it? So, you know, you could have had people who were like seeking perfection out of you, in your family. Maybe your mom or dad, or, you know what I'm saying? Just people, just in general, seeking perfection out of you. Even when, you decide to turn to Christ and give your life to Christ, people are expecting you to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like saying, "Oh, shouldn't you not be cursing? Shouldn't you you're a person of Christ. You shouldn't like we're not all human beings and like we're not all faulty down here." It's very interesting. It's very interesting. But just know there is no such thing as being perfect at all. But in the same breath, you already are perfect. You already are perfectly made. I know that seems so strange, but we're in that kind of realm where it's like, it's interesting. But it's true. I wish I could explain that, in a better way, where it makes more sense. But that's the most sense I can make out of that. If I have anything else to say, I'll be back. I love y'all.